And folks, we're sorry. We have had the game streaming. I guess it just wasn't live. I'm not sure what happened there, but we should be good now. And we will upload the beginning of the first half on a tape delay. I'm going to have to do that when I go home. Should be fine. North Kansas City back to punt. They've controlled this one so far. Williams gets the punt off. It's a short punt. It'll take a North Kansas City bounce inside the 30 down to the 24-yard line. To apologize. Ran for a touchdown. Peterson ran for a touchdown, and now North Kansas City. Oof, that's a bad beat. Didn't know that. 1st and 10 from the 25. It'll be Yinger and Miner in the backfield. We're going to wave it out. Timeout for Belton. It'll be their second timeout. 7:13 to play in the first half. We'll step away for just a moment. Be right back with you here on the Into Sports in KCHS Network. Yinger, they'll try it again. It'll be a direct snap to Miner. He'll take it to the right and be blown up in the backfield. A swarm of Hornets. It'll be a loss of 2. Bring up 2nd down and 12, and we'll roll under 7 minutes in this first half. Yinger in the gun now. Snaps, looks, fires, right side, finds Lyles. He'll pick up 3, be brought down by Jamari Vickers. Okay, McBride with a tackle. 3rd down and 9. Another long 3rd down look here for Belton. Yinger in the gun. And it'll be a false start on the offense. 3rd and 9 turns into 3rd and 14. Just a couple bad breaks for Belton tonight. Just haven't been able to, encroachment rather. It'll be 3rd and 4. For once, something's gone Belton's way. Haven't seen that a lot. They're set up here. Hopefully they can get a drive going and make this one a ball game. Third down and 4. Yinger and Miner in the backfield, their usual look. And a quick throw out wide. It's wide of Lyles, and that'll bring up 4th and 4. Are they going to bring the punt unit out? Yes, they are. Belton will go look to punt again. Herb Bass and Staten to return. Yinger will stay in to punt it. We'll have a shift there, 6:20 to play. And North Kansas City almost gets a hand on that one. It's a great punt. It'll take a big, big, big bounce inside the 5 down to the 1 yard line. It's a 75-yard punt. Whew. That's a great punt. As Pat McAfee would say, for the brand. The yard breakdown on this one, Belton's got 15 scrimmage yards, North Kansas City 147. And they'll be led by Chase Porter. Everyone will be led by Chase Porter, 2 carries for 79 yards. We'll have an officials timeout. Step away for just a moment. Be right back with you here on Into Sports in KCHS. North Kansas City will need to go 99 yards, but first they'll need to get out of their own end zone. And hopefully whoever's playing quarterback doesn't take an inadvertent knee in the end zone. We've seen that. I've never seen that. North Kansas City, Porter's got 79 rushing yards. Peterson has 40 on 5 carries. Staten has 20 on 9 carries. 1 carry for House for 11 yards, and Willman 2 for -10. And we're going to see Mr. Edric Hill. We're going to have a huddle. We're going to talk about it, is what they're going to do. It's probably a stop doing this so we don't have to throw penalties conversation, which is always a good one. And we're all going to make amends in the first half. 6:07 to play. North Kansas City with a 16-0 lead. All right, now we've got it. Willman into play quarterback. Peterson will be with him in the backfield, the power back. And Belton's going to load the box here, as they should. It'll be single coverage on the outside. Handoff goes to Peterson. He gets upfield. Ezra Peterson. Ezra might break one loose. Peterson. And there's going to be a hold, and it's going to come back. But Peterson, 48 yards. However, North Kansas City, they still should. That'll net them a positive. It's a net positive gain still. I believe the penalty took place at about the 20-yard line, so they should pick up 10. Where are we going to see him put the ball at? 10, okay. It's not from the spot of the foul, I believe. Yes. So it'll be first and, yeah, like 10 1/4 yards, I guess. From the, nope. Where are we going? 1st and 5. It'll be 1st and 5. So they do get a couple yards out of their own end zone. Say it would look to be down the field, and we're going to see Peterson play quarterback. It's a direct snap. He makes a move, breaks into the second level. He'll have a first down, and Ezra Peterson, for being as big as he is, able to get that burst of speed, get into the second level, and every time he's gotten the ball, it's looked like he could make a dangerous play on the outside. North Kansas City first down from the 14. Peterson to play quarterback again. Carry again. He's going to try to get over the top of him. Keeps on moving his feet. He'll get a 1.5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 9, and we will see Jake Willman come out to play quarterback. Motion man is Porter. He'll stay out right. It'll be a flip to the outside, and it's fumbled. North Kansas City, are they going to call it an incomplete pass? Okay. I don't think that was a backwards pass, but looked like it was backwards from here. But 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. North Kansas City will try it again. Don't take it. That's probably the better of the two outcomes for North Kansas City. 3rd and 8 at the 16-yard line. Big play negated by a hold. Had him up to as far as the 40. And Willman looks like a pass play here. He'll look fire over the middle, and it's intercepted. Belton has a big break. They're inside the 20. They'll start the drive at the 13-yard line. And Jake Willman has what we'll call freshmanitis, the opposite of senioritis. And he just threw that one just too far behind the receiver. And Belton, excellent field position to start the drive. They'll need to double the amount of yards they've got in this one in order to score. Nothing's guaranteed against North Kansas City's defense, and Willman likely looking to just shake that one off. Yinger takes the snap, and it's a fumble. He'll go down. And down is a DeBuore. And he'll be up. We'll see what's bothering him. And he's fine. It looks like he's just going to shake it off. The five-star, 7th-ranked player in the nation headed to Oklahoma. It's going to be a shoulder injury, and that shoulder's been bothering him for the last couple weeks. He sat week 1 with a similar injury. Didn't play very much in week 2. Finally was back to full reps last week. And now, I mean, it looks like they might be, North Kansas City might be without one of their premier defensive stars for at least a couple plays in this one. And knowing PJ, he's going to want to get back out there as fast as he can. It'll be a second down and long, second and 20 on the loss of 10, fumbled snap by Yinger. He'll still have Miner with him in the backfield. Second down. And Yinger looks to pass, looks now, fires behind his man, and intended for Dante Miller. Can't find him, and that'll bring up 3rd and 20. Had him beat. If he put it long into that back corner, could have been a touchdown. Yinger misses the throw, and P.J. Adibuwari will head back into the ball game. 3rd down and 20, and Belton's got themselves, I'm not sure the range of their kicker. I didn't get to see their specialists warm up, but they've got themselves on the brink of not being in field goal range anymore. And the handoff goes to Miner. He'll push it out, escape, and be thrown down for a loss. And after the play, they're going to have a 15-yard penalty on North Kansas City. Yeah, that'll do it. Thank goodness we turned the crowd mic down. That would have been bad. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It'll still be after the play, so it'll be 4th down. But instead of 4th and 23, it'll be 4th. Okay, it's enforced from the spot, so it'll be 4th and 11. And that should be an automatic first down. We're going to see the kicking team come out to attempt. It'll be Zach Latimer. Latimer up and good. Belton on the board. 27-yarders good at 16-3, under 4 to play. 3:52 in this first half. 16-3's the score. We'll step away for just a moment, get ready for the kickoff, and be right back with you on Into Sports in KCHS. Belton kicking team, Latimer to come out and kick. 16-3 ball game, first half. 3:52 to play. Latimer sends it deep. It'll be fielded. Never mind, says Porter. Through the end zone for a touchback. Latimer's got a leg on him. Porter. Staten with him. He'll hand it off. Staten makes a move. Bounces out. Staten's got room. Staten's up past the 35. Caught the 39-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 14 yards and bring up a first down for North Kansas City. The offense for North Kansas City, we were unsure of how well it was going to roll. It'll be a handoff this time to House. House bounces it up. House keeps his feet moving. House into plus territory down at the 42-yard line. And Jermaine House, he wants more touches. Last year he was the feature back. first through fourth down. It was Jermaine House. Oof. 42-yard line, Belton, 2 yards, -2 yards of total offense in this first half. Handoff goes House again. He's got room down the sideline. And Jermaine House inside the 30, call it the 26-yard line, and we're within 3 minutes in this first half now. Belton 26-yard line. That'll be a timeout for North Kansas City. We'll take a break and be right back with you here on the Into Sports in KCHS Network. Belton. North Kansas City putting a drive together. They're on the 26-yard line, and the stats for Belton not looking great so far. Just 2 net yards, 5 passing, -3 rushing yards on 11 carries. And they'll look to change something at half. Capitalized off the interception, and that's a good look for them. Staten up the middle, he rumbles. Even on his bad carries, I think he picks up 4 yards just because his first burst of speed is incredible. Tackle made, they're able to contain it. It'll be 2nd and 5 for North Kansas City. Porter has been the better of 3 quarterbacks so far tonight. Handoff, Porter keeps it. Porter outside. Porter inside the 10. Porter, touchdown. Touchdown, North Kansas City, and it's going to come back. It's going to be a holding. They'll be holding on North Kansas City. And now Willman will come in to play quarterback. They'll move Porter out wide. That'll bring up a 2nd and 15. It's a 16-yard holding penalty. RPO goes outside, and he's got room into the 2nd level, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Willman to Porter outside. Or excuse me, Willman to what is? I'm not. It may have been Staten. I'm not sure. 3rd and 10. Handoff to Staten. He's brought down after just a gain of 3. We are inside a minute and 30 seconds now. Personnel change. North Kansas City is looking to go for it. Not going to test the leg of the kicker. It's 16-3. And I'm not sure, Belton, if you're Belton, maybe you take your last time out here. And they will. North Kansas City will let it roll for a little bit. They'll take a timeout. We'll take it with them. And be right back here on the Into Sports in KCHS Network. 4th down and 8 from the 20, call it the 24, 23-yard line. 4th down. Likely a passing opportunity here. Look at Chase Porter on your right, the right side of your screen here. Looking for him. Willman has to fire, and he just overthrew him a little bit. Willman, he felt the pressure, which is good. A good enough pocket presence to feel the pressure. He just hasn't really delivered. And like I said, I mean, he's got a good arm. It's just the zip on those balls is not quite to that standard yet. 1:04 to play, and Belton takes over on their own 28-yard line. They've got just 2 yards of offense. It's netted them 3 points. It's off. Browning's got 4 tackles, half for a loss. North Kansas City's led by Caden Torres, who's got 4.5, and a tackle and a half for loss for him. 2nd and 12, and Belton may look to just run out the clock here. Back to throw. Yinger decides to take it for himself and hit up the middle. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. And the tackle is made by Williams. Everybody's going to gather in the middle. I wonder if we're going to have another one of those stop doing that conversations. It'll be a timeout for North Kansas City. Their final timeout. 11.6 to play, and we'll step away for just a moment. Be right back with you here on Into Sports in KCHS. .6 seconds to play in the first half. We'll snap it and take an E, and we'll head into the break. We'll head into the break with him, send you over to the live stadium audio, and be right back with you in about 10 minutes here on Into Sports in KCHS.
He said yes. Senior drum majors Mary Gehring, Andres Rodriguez, and Victoria Wagoner. Tonight's halftime performance features selected songs from our 2022 show, Roma. Tonight the show will feature instrumental soloists Caleb Brightwell, Anna Galatas, Amy Duarte, and Aaron Smith. It will also feature flag soloists Anastasia Jensen and Lucinda Berry. The selections from Chroma all feature music with colors in the title. Drum majors, is your band ready? Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy the North Kansas City Hornet Band as they perform selections from their 2022 halftime show.
Welcome back. As I do in the second half, I'm adding somebody else to the booth. I do this twice a week at this point. Back to receive, North Kansas City to start the second half. They'll be brought back across the 25 to the 29-yard line, and that's where they'll start the drive. Just shy of the 30. That's where North Kansas City will start it. Interesting first half, not a lot at all for the Belton offense. They end up with just one positive yard. North Kansas City, 289 on the ground.
Wow.
I'm talking about the Dan Joyner offense. That's your feng shui.
Yeah, that's from back in my day. All those years ago, way back.
Ezra Peterson, 8 rush, 106 yards. We'll see Willman start behind the center. It'll be Staten on the carry. He'll pick up 4.
But yeah, I'd wondered if you'd like to talk about that first half that we saw was a display of several things, mainly defensive prominence from the North Kansas City
Absolutely.
on that front 7 for the most part. But also the offense, the ground game has just been killer, whether they're running the Wildcat or otherwise.
And I want to see the Wildcat a little bit more as Staten's going to take it up the gut once again, pick up 4, and bring up a short third down. But North Kansas City has tried to kind of modernize the offense, and it's worked in like an Ottoman Empire-esque way. It gets good, and then all of a sudden it kind of sputters a little bit. Last year, J.J. Johnson he got it going a couple nights. He had a 250-yard game, 3 touchdowns. Another 250-yard game, 3 touchdowns, all to Chase Porter. And besides that, it's like the offense would struggle and struggle and struggle some more. And Jake Willman, he's just 2 for 7 for 18 yards in the absence of Garen Walton. So we're going to see this ground game shine. Late penalty flag comes in. It's going to be a hold on the offense.
Yeah, there hasn't been anyone said. It seems like every drive they're changing who they're going out there taking snaps with. Of course, with the freshman Willman, it's just going to be a little bit inconsistent, and you saw that with his first throw was a nice completion
Over the middle,
but the following it's been rather inconsistent, and you kind of come to expect that. But I always love to root for, the young kids, so I like to see him out there.
Oh, yeah, and I think the reason you might keep Porter out for now is just to extend the lead and get a little bit more comfortable. But once you're more comfortable, I see no ill reason to not let Willman get snaps. Let him throw the ball. It'll be a pitch out wide to Staten, and he slips a man. That was fun. I haven't seen that before.
Looked like he just dove right under him.
Yeah. Just kind of split the difference. Bring up a 4th down, and North Kansas City will send out the punt unit.
But yeah, there's something to what you said. Porter's been absolutely excellent running the Wildcat. I mean, he's had a touchdown, and he had one that got called back. But he would already have 2 scores just running those QB keeps while he's taking snaps. I mean, he's been fantastic.
He's got 3 carries for 100 yards.
Yeah.
He's going to, performing like that, you're going to find yourself on the stat leaderboards all around the area. It'll be Williams back to punt. It's a line drive punt. It'll take a bounce at the 48, and it'll be ruled. Yep, it's marked at the Belton 48, and that's where they'll start the drive. Pretty good field position. Fun fact of the day, I've spent $100+ over the course of this broadcast.
Oh. Well, we're trying to make it work.
40 for the HDMI cord, and the website invoice just popped up, so I got to pay that. Yeah, I know. We're stimulating the economy tonight. Yinger in the gun. First drive of the second half. He'll roll right, look to pass. And he's got it for too long. He'll be dropped behind or just at the line of scrimmage by Edric Hill. And we're going to try to get you some scores from around the area here. It's week 4. Blue Springs over Fort Osage. That's a bit of an upset, 7-0. Ooh, we haven't updated these in a while. These have not been updated. Hold on. It'll be 2nd down and 10, same spot. And what's okay? I don't know what's happening. Blue Springs over Fort Osage 21-10. Ray Peck over Blue Springs South 27-10. Lee Summit North and Lee Summit knotted up at 10. That would be a pretty big upset. Lee Summit West down 6-19 to Staley. Liberty North up 27-7 over Park Hill South. And Liberty running it up on Park Hill 35-14. Oak Park over Truman 41-6. As Yinger hands off underneath. Not much going. It'll be batted down. It's Jace Winkert on the carry. And St. Joe Central up 28-3 on William Chrisman. Platte County down 14-21 to Grain Valley. Raytown up 14-7 on Raytown South. Kearney up 35-6 on Excelsior. Smithville up 27-6 on Ruskin. And those are all the big impact games in Missouri and Kansas. Bishop Miege doing in the 4A state champ St. James Academy 38-7. We'll see Yinger take the snap, fire back over the middle, nobody home, and that was a touchdown had he put it on the money. Intended for, I believe, Dante Miller, and that'll bring up 4th down. Not a great drive there for Belton. Again, they pick it up a little bit and then stall out.
Yeah, but I'd say I would want to give that more of a credit to the North Kansas City defense than fault of the Belton offense. They've been.
It's not even that they've played poorly offensively. It's just that everything has been shut down.
Pressured. Anytime the quarterback drops back, it's a pressure.
And snap is high.
Oh,
It'll be fielded by North Kansas City. Somebody's got to have it. And North Kansas City will pick it up at the 29-yard line.
I think Belton got a hold of that one.
Regardless, it's North Kansas City.
Yeah, you're right.
Down.
But wow.
I mean, Mergus had it in his hand, and if he keeps it, that's probably a touchdown.
Yeah, he tried to scoop it, but he wasn't able to pick it up.
Was unable. Kansas scores Aquinas over Blue Valley North 28-7. Blue Valley West over Blue Valley Southwest 21-0. Center over Christ Prep 21-0. Blue Valley Northwest leads Blue Valley 27-24. That's an interesting one. That's really one of the bigger games this week. And other than that, not much. Bishop Carroll over Derby 17-14 right now. Handoff goes to Peterson, slips it outside, lowers his shoulder. He's still on his feet. He'll be pushed down after just a gain of 4, but they made him work for those 4 yards. Atchinson's up 64-0.
That's a nice, strong carry from Peterson. The way he lowers the shoulder and just fights for every yard he gets, he's been outstanding tonight.
He's running for about 19 yards a carry, so you'll take that. Good play by him so far. Wellman, the quarterback. Peterson with him in the backfield. Peterson takes it, finds the hole down the left side. He'll lower the shoulder again, fights near the line to gain. Likely looks like a first down, signaled for a first down. If anything, it's going to be 3rd and inches. They're going to call it first down. Still just 2 yards of offense. North Kansas City with 330. That's a flip on the output scale if you've ever seen one. Porter now into play quarterback. We're going to see the Wildcat look here. He'll take it himself, make a move up the middle, lower his shoulder, pick up 3. And that's the least amount of yards he's gotten on a carry, and he still picked up 4.
It's a nice. It's nice to watch the way he's been running the ball tonight. He's been quick. He's been shifty, explosive, and even on that touchdown, you saw him turn on the afterburners, and no one was going to catch him.
He made 6 moves, and then it seemed like he just ran a 4-2 down the sideline. And Belton still looking for their first down. North Kansas City now in the red zone, 2nd and 7. Handoff goes to Peterson. They've got him wrapped up in the backfield, and he's going to lose 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long. A good play by the Belton defense there. And if Belton has done one thing well tonight, it's they've bent but not broken.
For sure.
300, almost 400 total yards for North Kansas City, and they've got 16 points to show for it.
2 of which came from that safety
Right.
earlier.
They've got 2 touchdowns and a safety, and the safety was really the credit of the punt unit, I believe. Or excuse me, the defense set that one up, and then Yinger misplayed it on a punt.
Yeah, he dropped the knee trying to field the snap.
And it'll be a play action. Looks, fires over the middle. He's got Porter in the end zone. Touchdown, North Kansas City. Jake Willman, his first career touchdown is to Chase Porter. And there's a flag down.
There is a flag, but I thought that was a really nice way that they set that play up. He just dropped it in over the top. It'll come back, though.
Roughing the passer. It's going to offset. Is it going to offset? Are we going to... Oh, he wants it enforced on the kick. Okay. So the touchdown will stand. Willman to Porter. 22-3 now. North Kansas City.
That was a really nice play right there. You know, the young quarterback, Jake Willman, he puts it at the back of the end zone where either his guy gets it or no one does, and Porter's able to make that grab.
And, you know, we've talked about how he doesn't have quite the zip on his passes yet, but that's one where you don't need it. That's just all touch, lob it up, put it where nobody else except Porter can get it. And it's up and through North Kansas City, 23-3. And I'm going to need you to come here every week. This is the best offensive output we've seen in a lot of home contests for North Kansas City.
Well, I'd be happy to show up.
There you go.
Time.
There you go. Let's see. Next week, I've got Blue Valley Northwest, Lee Summit North. The following week, I'm back here for homecoming. It's Truman. The week after that, I'm somewhere. I don't even remember. And then the next 2 weeks are Fordo and Staley here.
Oh, those are big games.
Staley, this is a down year for the Falcons. They just haven't quite found it yet. Mill Valley up 51-0 over Shawnee Mission Northwest in the 3rd quarter. That is 123 points in the last 7 quarters for Mill Valley. They're ridiculous. They won a state championship in a rebuild year.
In a rebuild year?
In a rebuild year. Like, they were starting a sophomore at quarterback, and they still went 14-0. And they're in the Sunflower League. Their schedule isn't easy. It'll be Williams to kick. Him and Porter have the same undershirt. That's what was confusing me. He'll kick from his own 45. It'll be an onside roller. And North Kansas City, they've got the football. Is the offense going to come back out?
It went far enough. I don't know who grabbed
It went
the hold
far
of the
and then it bounced. And North Kansas City looks like they're able to get it back. And it's North Kansas City football.
Wow.
They recover the onside kick, and that's a perfect ball by Tanev and Williams, rather.
It really was.
That was, yeah. That's one of the better onside kicks we've seen. It took a bounce and rolled back, but it was touched.
But also, what a coaching decision. And in all my times of watching Northtown football games, I've always known Coach Douglas to be an aggressive coach. Anytime he's got an opportunity where he thinks he can get away with something like that, he's going to go for it.
Well, not only that, but you're kicking from their 45-yard line.
Yeah,
at 10 yards, So what? You get it at the 35?
Yeah,
You
so
give it to
you're-
them at the 35? I mean, they don't have a first down yet.
Right.
I don't think they're, I mean, up 20, you don't have to worry too much about field position at this point.
No, they don't fear it, and that's why that decision didn't
Yeah.
shock me at all.
Right. Porter, he's got House in the backfield with him. He'll hand it off. Jermaine House rumbles up the middle, picks up 3, and brings up 2nd down and 7. It's been North Kansas City all down the line here. We're going to have an officials timeout for water. We'll step away for just a moment and be right back with you here on Into Sports in KCHS. Second and 8 out of the timeout. Porter still the quarterback. It's not a sentence until 2 weeks ago I thought I was going to ever say in my life. He'll hand it off again. House again. A good group tackle by Belton. Will bring up a 3rd down and long situation.
Yeah, they're running a lot of Porter at QB, a lot of wildcat looks with their wide receiver, but that's something I'm used to seeing in my time here a
Right.
few years ago. That was
Yeah.
a constant.
And it worked, which was the thing. It stopped working. Jeremy Brown, his senior year, tore his ACL at Fort Osage. And after that, our offense, we didn't really have anything. We had to have House step up, and he did. Jalen Fryer stepped up as well. Staten able to keep his feet moving. He'll pick up 3 more yards, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I did not know that about Jeremy Brown because
Yeah.
I remember watching him, granted at the end of my high school, but
He was electric. I think he had 350 rushing yards through 2.5 games, and his knee was bothering him, and I think he played a half with a torn ACL his senior year. He played at Missouri Southern State for a season, and since has stepped away from the game of football. He's been in some legal trouble in recent days. We wish nothing but the best for him, but that was when you could tell the Joyner days were coming to an end. And is that okay? I thought they were okay. Never mind. I thought that was the quarterback. I thought they were definitely going to call a roughing the passer there, but it'll be a turnover on downs. Wellman, not enough zip on it. Receiver able to catch up, and Belton will take over here. The Hornets unable to capitalize off the onside kick. However, they are over the 400-yard mark offensively tonight, led by Ezra Peterson with 11 carries for 153 yards and a score.
yeah, what you said, the whole Danny Joyner approach is kind of pretty similar.
It is.
Pretty similar.
He's a faster Danny Joyner.
Yeah.
Back to pass. Belton slings and almost intercepted. It will be completed. A good throw
Yeah, nice pass.
from Lane Cross to Walker. And that's the gain of 8. The longest play from scrimmage so far from Belton.
Maybe if Belton can pull off more of that, more of those little bootleg runs, because that was a nice looking throw on the run right
It was a great throw on the run. The thing is he's got 3 seconds to let it go.
Yeah, but that's why you run those bootlegs, is try
Right.
to escape that pressure, and maybe they've got an idea here.
And the next play, North Kansas City sends the house. They'll move him back a yard. 3rd and 3 now, looking for Belton. Torres on the tackle. And Belton still in the net negative for rushing yards. -4 yards now on 18 carries. And the North Kansas City defensive juggernaut is well alive. It'll be a water timeout. And the last you were here, there was a different Adibawore
Yeah,
on
Tommy.
the defensive side, and he's at Northwestern now, and his brother PJ will be headed to Oklahoma. We've got Dominique Orange, who headed to Iowa State this fall, or last spring rather. And Edric Hill will be headed to Alabama from this defensive unit as well. Jaden Browning on the defensive line has gotten some mid-major Division I looks. Caden Torres, I would be surprised if he didn't play higher level football. He's the screamer up the middle. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. It's Caden Torres right up the pipe. And that'll back him up 10 yards.
Well, you called his number.
And, I mean, we saw one of the most vivid plays in my memory. We're at Staley last year. It's Staley's homecoming. 10-8 ball game. They just scored a touchdown with 4 seconds left. And Caden Torres, they're running. They're going for 2 to tie the game. Quarterback takes the snap, steps back. Caden Torres screams up the middle, kills him, screams up the middle, and it's Yinger to punt again. It'll take a Belton bounce and bounce inside the 35. However, back to the previous story, and that was to win North Kansas City the game for the first time in school history over Staley.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, at the time, I was just broadcasting home games. I wasn't traveling and doing other games besides here. And the student section for North Kansas City was on the far side, and we all moved down onto the field, and we ruined Staley's homecoming. It's one of my probably most vivid high school memories.
Well, that's pretty exciting. I never got to see us take it down.
Yeah.
Even though the one year we were really, really good with C.J. Price and Tommy both at the top of their game, and I remember we went to Staley. I believe it was a playoff game, and
yes, it was at the 4-degree game where it was
it was
snowing.
frigid.
Yeah.
It was so cold.
And Ezra Peterson's going to lower the shoulder and keep fighting. It seems like he lowers the shoulder and then he becomes impossible to tackle for 3 more yards.
Yeah. No, he drops the shoulder, and your only option there is maybe you wrap up his legs. 'Cause you're not beating him up high.
Yeah. They say the low man wins, and he's getting lower than the man who's trying to tackle him just about every time. He's looking for contact, but he also in the backfield will evade, and that's something he's done well tonight. Someone we haven't seen, Javon Minor. I've been looking for him tonight. I thought I was going to have to call his name a lot as Peterson bounces it out and is slammed out of bounds, close to the line to gain. But, Javon Minor was the guy, and he's 6 rush for -2 yards. Not much for him. And coming into the night tonight, he had over 200 yards on the year. He was up there on my stat leaders list. And I'll pull it up right now. But I'm fairly certain he has 349 rushing yards coming into the night. 351 rushing yards coming into the night. He's going to finish with 349. North Kansas City will break past the line to gain, and it'll be a first down. And Porter will trade Willman for the quarterback duties. No, we're just going to bring him. I forgot Porter plays another position 75% of the time.
Yeah.
We're rolling within the last 15 seconds. We're going to call the quarter a lost cause. And head into the 4th, North Kansas City holding a 20-point lead over Belton. One of the biggest home leads we've seen in a year. And we'll step away for just a moment. We'll be right back with you here on N2 Sports in KCHS. And we're back. Final quarter of play here. North Kansas City with a 20-point lead. First play from scrimmage. That'll be good for a 6-yard rush. And North Kansas City is going to claim 15 extra yards, I think. Who was that on? I didn't quite see who was on.
I didn't see it either, but it looked like
I saw someone kind of not flop, but someone come in front, and I believe it's going to be on Belton. It's from the end of the run, is it not? Okay, yes, okay.
We've been seeing this game a little chippy, a lot of personal fouls, multiple conversations where the officials are bringing both teams together to have a little conversation. I mean, it's been a little chippy, and sometimes it can be hard for guys to maintain
composure.
Yeah, composure and discipline.
Absolutely, and that's something that we see the Hornets have struggled with in early season games. They've cleaned it up tonight. It has been a lot better than what we've seen. I mean, last week was Garen Walton, who was the quarterback, the starter coming into the night before he broke his wrist last week. It was number 9 right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a Platte County transfer, and we played at Platte County last week. So that one was a personal game. And there's a lot of, the stars came out for that one. Sean Davian Bradley up at Platte County. He's a top 50 player in the nation, committed to Tennessee, 4-star defensive end. So that one was personal, and this one has seemed to be too, but both teams have made it chippy. Not a lot of personal fouls, but one going against Belton there. It'll be first down from the 39-yard line. Willman in the gun, half gun, called the pistol. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Peterson. Peterson up the middle. There goes Peterson. A burst of speed down inside the 10-5. Touchdown. North Kansas City. Ezra Peterson says hello.
It looks like it'll come back. That's a hold on the offense.
It's the third called back touchdown for North Kansas City tonight.
Not to speak on that flag, but I saw Peterson there make a great read in the backfield. That's what he's been doing a lot of. Every time he gets the ball, he takes a quick read and he chooses the right gap, and that's one of the many reasons he's been so successful this evening.
If North Kansas City can clean up the penalties, they're up 47 to 3 in this game.
I don't love to speculate too much, but yeah, you could definitely assume that some of these weaker holding penalties could have, if they could clean those up, that this would be a much more of a route than it appears to be.
It'll be second down and very many.
It looks like about 25 yards.
Yeah, it'll be a timeout for North Kansas City. Their first of the second half. And we're going to pull up the Bishop Miege stats because Mac Armstrong's been having a heck of a year. 316 yards and 3 touchdowns for him. Going into the fourth quarter, I figured they'll set him up 45-14. He hasn't played the fourth quarter of a game yet.
It's in the name.
Mac, oh yeah, I like it. And he is not, Mac Armstrong is not a big guy. He's just about, I would say, 5'11", 6 foot, 180 wet. He's not a big guy.
Not huge at QB.
Yeah, he's not the biggest quarterback I've ever seen, but in 3 games he has 1,110 passing yards and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The only person with more is Kendrick Bell, because he's played one more game. But Kendrick Bell, we talked about him a lot last week, and he has been on fire. Picked up an offer from Michigan, and I'm waiting to see where Mac Armstrong's going to end up, because that's ridiculous. 1,110 yards.
Over 3 games, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's plenty.
I'm going to pull out the tweet machine for that. It'll be first and very many. Willman back to pass.
Ooh.
And he's going to overthrow everybody. Had to get rid of it. Applying the pressure off the edge.
Yeah, that one sailed a little bit on him, but probably for the best because I saw 3 Pirates in the area to 1.
Yeah, one Hornet there. And the thing about plays like that is, yeah, I would. He's going to take the shot there. It's one of those winless situations. The odds of completion on that pass are pretty low. But he didn't have anything underneath that he could go to. He's still in the tackle box, so we can't get rid of it. And we'll bring up 2nd and 25. This time he'll just hand off. Peterson into the second level, lowers his shoulder. He's still fighting. Ezra Peterson, the bruising back, will bring up a 3rd and 13.
You've been talking a lot about Peterson, but that was really an excellent block by that inside guard there that opened up that gap.
The blocking, the non-holds have been great.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, obviously we can't tell who they're calling the hold on, but I think most of the time it's been the opposite side of the play. It has not been how it got set up because the flag comes in late.
Yeah.
Miege up 52-14 now, and it's going to be a little setup
screen
underneath. And it's caught near the line to gain. They'll give it to him. That's a good play by Willman. Willman to Staten. And now it'll bring up a 1st down.
I like to see that from the young freshman quarterback, able to, in the face of that pressure, running that screen, able to just float it in right over and set it up the screen perfectly.
There's nothing better than that right there. And that's a great 3rd down play call in that situation. You know, you've shown the draw a lot. You've shown you want to take that deep shot, and now you're going to kill him underneath. And if North Kansas City can do that well, this offense is in good shape. Willman pitches out wide to Staten. Staten into the 2nd level. He'll get down inside the 20. We're going to hear some extra whistles. He's going to go ahead and be marked down at the 22, make it a 2nd down and 4. We got a hold against the offense. It's a very late hold call. I don't really think there was a flag thrown, but.
Yeah, I never saw the flag, but.
And North Kansas City, 10 penalties for 90 yards.
Yeah, it's for sure been somewhat disappointing to see, you know, in this situation, in this game, because of how well their defense has played and when they have executed on offense and done it cleanly, they've been effective. So in games like this, they've been able to get away with it. But in certain other games, these types of penalties, they'll just kill you. And it's definitely something they're going to want to look to clean up heading forward.
Willman takes the snap, hands off, Staten up the gut. He'll get a gain of 6 on 1st down. It'll make it a 2nd and 14. And when North Kansas City looks back at the film of this one, I don't think they're going to be satisfied with just putting up 23 points. They've got almost 500 yards of total offense.
Yeah, they give credit to Belton the way that they always seem to stiffen up the further that Northtown gets down the field.
And it'll be a pass out wide, finds Porter. Porter stiff arms a man, gives him the Dante Hall. He's going to lose 3. And if he was able to break that one loose, we're sending that to Sports Center because goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's fun. He's trying to create something, and it's something he's very good at, so you could can't really complain about a guy trying to make a play.
Yeah, and if you had to title someone a playmaker, it's him. Like, that's the guy you're putting the playmaker title on. Just unable to get it at that time. Willman's going to come out. He's not going to have a lot of time to get the snap off.
Oh, yeah, the biggest play of tonight, the biggest highlight, has his name on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it won't always work. There comes a flag.
And you can tell, you know, you've got to understand that you know, you're teaching a quarterback an offense, and obviously he understands the offense. He's been here all summer, and he was working out here last year as an 8th grader. But, you know, you're teaching him an offense. Hayes is a new offensive coordinator this year, and you now have to institute a totally new game plan with a new quarterback. And it'll be a handoff underneath. Staten, a good cut up field. He'll be ripped down.
Yeah, but
34. Yep.
to that note, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with. I mean, he did have that one bad turnover. That interception wasn't, you know, what you love to see. But first of all, he's huge for a freshman coming into his first year of high school. I mean, he's a giant down there.
Oh, he's 6'5". I mean, Garen Walton's a junior, so we may see another year of Walton, and I think that may be good for Wilman.
Yeah.
To grow into the program, come in as a junior starting quarterback. You've already gotten some PT, and on 4th down, he's going to find Jackson Bear. Bear at the sticks, good for a first down, and you want to talk about a good play. That's a good play.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's impressed me so far tonight, and it's only going to give him room to grow. It's his first opportunity. And, you know, if he can fill out some of those gaps in his game, it's an exciting thing to watch because he's got it looks to me like he's got a lot of the physical gifts that you could want at QB.
I think it's a Trevor Lawrence kind of situation. He's a big quarterback. And he's got arm strength. It's just a matter of being able to make those throws and make those reads. And obviously, like, Belton has not gave him very much time to go through his progressions. He's even had to get out of the pocket a couple times. However, still, I mean, 5 for 12, 50 yards, a touchdown, and interception in your first career game, and your rushing offense. And the ball is out, fumble. And it's back in the hands of Belton, still for a big loss.
Yeah, ball just popped right up as he started to go down.
-3 net yards for Belton.
Ouch.
And that's before that play.
That doesn't look too good. You definitely got something to say about obviously a win is a win, but you look at the yardage differential versus the score differential, and there's still quite a bit to be desired there.
Absolutely. Yinger hands off, and this will be a good play. Lyles up the middle, and it's punched out, the Tillman punch. North Kansas City recovers, and Emmanuel Knack just to Charles Tillman. Bash recovers. North Kansas City's offense will take over.
Man, that's tough. I mean, that's just heartbreaking. It looks like Belton's finally got a big break, got a big play running up, and the ball gets punched out.
It's a bad beat there.
Just when you think something might finally go your way.
The old peanut punch. We're going to have an official's timeout. 6:50 to play. We'll step away for just a minute. Be right back with you here on Into Sports in KCHS. And we're back. 1st and 10. Porter's going to play quarterback. It's a read option. DN slips. Porter takes it. Pushes for 7-8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. North Kansas City.
Seeing Porter back in control of the offense.
I like this mix-it-up look. I think they could really stick with this. for really as long as Garen Walton's out, and even after Walton comes back, it makes the offense very multifaceted.
Yeah, this Hornets coaching staff is always, at least I've always seen them be willing to mix it up and mix in some Wildcat, mix in some options, some reads.
This is our offensive coordinator is the offensive coordinator that Staley won a state title with.
Oh, really?
Yes. Nothing going on that play. Handoff goes to House. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 4.5. Call it 5. The number 5 is tripping me up tonight. Smith makes the tackle, and Belton once again bend not break. North Kansas City has really shot themselves in the foot down in the red zone.
Oh, here comes Willman.
Willman will come back in. And he'll have 10 seconds to get the play off. We're 5:40 to go. And Ezra Peterson pushes for 2. It'll bring up 4th down and 4.
Man, but I love the way he runs the football. It's just strong and aggressive.
It's very much, he will lower the shoulder, and then all of a sudden he gets another burst of speed to the outside. And that is a very, very good trait to have. He's got a lot of football left to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's physical. And when you play that physical, you make people want to hit you less because last time it sure hurt. So it creates a physical edge but also a mental edge when you're able to play like that.
And they're going to have him play quarterback. Strong side run for Peterson. That might be unbeatable. He's got Edric Hill, the Bama commit, blocking for him. The plan is wherever Edric is, just run right behind him, and that's.
Yeah, that was an interesting formation for sure.
We saw that last year that came back to bite him. They were playing Park Hill South. It is 0-0, 65% of the game. Mudia Rubin, who's now at Stanford, catches a touchdown, a 19-yarder in the back of the end zone to make it 7-0. That's the score for the rest of the game. North Kansas City gets the ball. They're on the 8-yard line. And it's 1st and goal from the 8. Or it might have been 3rd and 1 from the 8, and they're trying to go for 1st and goal. J.J. Johnson tries to hand it off out wide to Jalen Fryer, and he fumbles. We put 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. We had Dom blocking, we had Edric blocking, and P.J. blocking. We had 3 DNs on playing, doing the J.J. Watt on our offensive line, and we fumbled. Park Hill South gets it. Our defense somehow stops them. They punt, and then Herb Bass fumbles the punt.
Oh.
And they lose 7-0.
So
it was one of the crazier games.
So they sold out on putting a bunch of guys on the line of scrimmage, and something just went wrong in the backfield.
Yeah, it was just – and the blocking was great. I think it was one of the – when the quarterback throws to a receiver and he just kind of looks upfield too quick, I don't think he focused on getting the football in his hands. Bass and Jalen Fryer. But, I mean, that shows you how good North Kansas City's defense was last year. Besides one game, the Lee Summit game, they looked – excellent defensively. The only way to beat them, and it's pretty similar to the only way to beat them this year, which is throw it underneath over and over and over again. You've got to get the ball out in 3 seconds, or the North Kansas City Hornets have swarmed in your backfield.
Well, it's how good they continue to be, because as long as I've been around, they've at least held the defense with some stars, and they've been fantastic.
Well, you were here for the C.J. Price years, the 3,000-yard season C.J. Price had as a senior. He committed to Kansas State, redshirted, took a COVID year. He's a redshirt sophomore this year. He's transferred to the University of Akron. Danny Joyner, who was a big member of those teams, he went to Army at West Point, redshirted, then transferred to Southeastern Missouri. That's where he's at. Couple more. Brandon Hall was a big guy on those teams. He's at Missouri Western State. He was redshirt freshman of the year last year for the conference. Missouri Western State had one of their best football years in a long time. And I know this is a really weird pivot, but I just saw it come on my screen. Rockhurst, one of the juggernauts in Missouri. Their football team's 1-3, mostly because they've played 4 of the top 5 teams in the region. They played Bentonville, who's traditionally one of the best teams in Arkansas tonight. Willman will be back to pass. Second down, steps up, fires, and he's just wide. Hit as he threw. Kind of had to throw a jump ball. Jacinto unable to pull it down, and it'll be 3rd down and 12.
What you were saying about Rockhurst.
Yeah, they started the year 0-1, and it was difficult. I do the rankings for Metro Sports because it was difficult to rank them because you're thinking, you know, like it's a loss, but it's a loss to one of the top 5 teams. And so they stayed, and then they lost week 2. I don't really think you should be ranked at 0-2, so we dropped them out. They win the next week. They're back to 1-2, and then they lose to Bentonville this week. And it's difficult. It really is. As the handoff goes to Staten, he'll lower the shoulder. He will be short of the line to gain, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Inside 2.5 minutes here, and Belton will look for something to add on to go into next week. North Kansas City will just look to kind of hold it out, and if that's the case, this will be the ball game. I don't really see this one pivoting very much.
No, I don't know how much you believe in miracles, but
Yeah, this one will. I mean, Belton is negative net yard offense so far tonight.
yeah. Well, what you were saying about the rankings, yeah,
It's difficult. It's a you know you look at the college football top 25 every couple weeks, and you're like, oh, what are those guys doing? And then you think about all the work that you have to do to conceive those rankings, and every outlet that does them. I mean, we all try to not work off of each other, but if one of us sees something that the other one doesn't, I mean, I look at the other outlets' rankings. I don't let that determine my rankings, but if there's a team that I just mind blanked and wasn't even on my board, and another outlet has them ranked, I like to try to at least look into it.
right. I
But,
mean,
yeah.
you can't be doing those rankings unless you're prepared to be wrong, because
Someone is going to have a problem with it all the time. That's just how it is. It's always like that. It's never not. Someone always is going to have something to say, and it's fine. It makes everyone better at their jobs, in my opinion, at least.
well, of course it makes it super hard when you have to rank teams like Rockhurst, who are consistently a heavy hitter.
And they're a heavy hitter, and they're an independent, so they play an independent schedule. Lyles will take the carry for a first down. Belton's first of the night. But you look at Rockhurst specifically, Rockhurst being the prime example at least, they play 9 ranked teams, or 8 ranked teams, and an Arkansas team that if they were ranked, they'd probably be number 1. Like last year, Liberty North was the consensus first overall team, and they had 2 losses, one to CBC in the state title game, and then the other one was to Bentonville in week 1. So it looked like they had lost to an unranked team, but realistically, Bentonville is an Arkansas powerhouse.
Yeah, so it's tough to do those rankings just when you look at it and you have to recognize, you have to pick and choose, like, do I give them credit for, how much credit do I give them for how good they are usually? They may be 0-2, but also they lost to really good teams.
And it was close. It was close games. It wasn't anything, they're not getting blown out. I think it was 30-7 Bentonville tonight, but still, I mean, it's hard. It's very much difficult. I'm not going to sit here and act like my job is the hardest thing in the world. I have to rank sports teams for a living.
No, I don't know, man. I think I might die on this hill of easily the hardest job in the world.
And I had someone email us about criteria the other day for soccer rankings, because our soccer rankings were not our best this week, and that's mostly because you think football plays one day a week. One day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights are the only nights you're going to see football games at all.
Yeah.
And soccer, they're playing Monday through Saturday. Sunday's the only day off. And there's not, Misha and Keisha don't hire enough employees to possibly put in all of the scores from these games over the weekend. So really, it's us. We have to text and call around and try to find records, and we end up, sometimes getting it wrong, and we'll get a DM that's, this team's really 4-0, not 3-0. And it's difficult. I mean, I'll die on the hill that it's one of the harder jobs, but I'll also die on the hill that, it's still lovely to be able to call sports games and do that for a living. This one is all over. They'll run out the clock. North Kansas City takes the 23-3 win. We'll step away. North Kansas City High School N2 Sports in KCHS. Goodbye and